behind you.
No.
That is great. Welcome.
Thank you. Here's Roger Hawley, personal history.
Is the microphone on?
I got a big phone.
No, we can't hear you.
No.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
No.
No, not very well.
The mic is on, is that, it has to go by you, so you just need to,
Turn on off button.
Okay.
That's also a good start to my 3-minute start now, I hope.
Yeah.
I have to share some personal information that's difficult for me.
He lost
I'm here to
30
talk about
seconds.
pornography in our school libraries. It's not on. Can
Just
everybody hear me okay?
talk closer to the microphone, sir.
How's that?
That's better.
I'm too tall.
But shouldn't he get his time started again?
Yeah, we'll start us.
Yes.
Please, everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
I would just like everybody
The
to
rules
think for a
again.
minute. Everybody's grown some type of fruits, vegetables, or whatever in their lifetime. Everybody, I'm like, those guys are showing hands, but I think that violates board policy now. But we wouldn't pick an apple or a tomato that's green and put it on the family's plate for dinner. I was a victim of abuse by my older sister. I was about 10 years old when she started abusing me. Well, you know what? I was a boy. It felt good, so I thought I wasn't wrong. And it created a lot of shame and condemnation between my ears. And it warped my development in puberty. Because all these things that I'm supposed to learn naturally, going back to my analogy with fruits and vegetables, you can't make something happen before it's due time. It's, it's biological, correct, whatever. I was talking to a friend of mine before this meeting who was a prison guard. And he told me about the de-evolution of pornography in the prisons. What happened is they had wide open pornography in the prisons in whatever year, and over a period of about 10 years, it decreased it. And the reason they did, because they found the pornography in the prisons were causing too many rapes, men-on-men rapes, and the state was getting sued too much. You're giving these kids information in 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade. That's not appropriate. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. What? My sister, my older sister, 6 years older than I was, there's pornography in our house. Maybe that's the thing. My older brothers, whatever. I'm the youngest of 7. She ended up getting on drugs, and I ID'd her body when I was 27, so she was 33, at the Wayne County morgue with 7 holes in her. I delved into the drugs and alcohol to hide my shame in 7th grade. I've been told I'm incredibly bright and smart and have a relatively high IQ. I'm a high school dropout. I've made success in my life. I'm a hard worker, and I care. But you have to think what you're doing to these kids by introducing them to subject matter before their time, before it's ready. They need to find out about this when they're teenagers. I'll do the experimental teenager stuff. Is that my time to shut up?
No, you got another minute.
45 seconds,
Okay.
almost a minute.
All right. You have to think what you're doing to these kids. And I've heard some statistics, the trans people have changed their sexual identity. I'm told that the suicide rate among that population is much higher than a typical
Can you
age
speak
group.
just about the books, sir?
Pardon me?
Could you speak directly about the books?
That is
You're
about the
concerned about the
Oh my
books.
God, he can be.
Okay, that is about the books, because
Yeah. Directly about
you're
the books.
screwing these young children's minds up about sexuality. They don't need to see in graphic detail some of the things that I've seen in those books. Between siblings, whatever. And I just was sitting in the parking lot waiting for this meeting to start, and I just Googled just for the heck of it. Is incest illegal in Michigan? Yes, it is.
Okay, you could wrap it up. We're 3 minutes there.
Disrespectfully.
I could go on for hours.
Thank
You all
you.
should be ashamed of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Next speaker is Melody Farron.
Mr. Roberts shared a report about the book review process last meeting. He made a point
to state only a few parents have filed requests. The policy procedure states only parents from the school their child attends can submit a review. So stakeholders such as myself cannot submit a form for review. You've stated that the district has 44,000 books. That's outstanding, and we're excited for that. The CVS webpage touts transparency. If transparency is true here at CVS, then might I suggest what the transparency would truly look like for everyone regarding this very issue. The district would send out the list of books in question to all parents in an email not buried in the CVS webpage. It would provide which books have been reviewed, which books are waiting to be reviewed, and the actual quoted verbiage from these books. It should also include which books were denied removal using the same format, which with the actual quoted verbiage. It is only then that parents could knowledgeably make a decision as to whether their children read those books, opt out for those books, or participate in media centers. Because majority of parents do not have the luxury to spend the time needed to examine 44,000 books. Parents, therefore, need to have an awareness of what is in the books. What have you done to show the community why parents have continued to come before you for the past 2 years about the sexually explicit books? Most parents have no idea of the book material in these, adult material in these books. If they did have this information, you would have to ask yourself, how many more parents, stakeholders would be at these meetings? How many more students will be leaving the district? It is evident you don't want that information to be out to be discovered. That is why you have buried it in the Chippewa webpage. You use philosophical mud and legal jargonese to redirect the community's understanding and discovery of the truth away from the issue of the adult graphic material, claiming that we are hate groups for banning books. Transparency will bring out the truth in these books. Show the community the issue at hand. Let them decide if these graphic books deserve a place in the children's libraries. I dare say, you know, if the actual language and words that appear in these books in question was quoted in the emails and in print for the parents to actually see and view, you would have parents in outrage to think those of you up there that they have so much trusted and believed in thought that these sexually explicit books were okay, and that you have given your approval for these children's books to be in the school. So transparency tells the whole truth, not just part of it. Thank you.